Let's talk about Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. Um, if you can't tell, I like his stuff a lot. Um, he writes amazing books, and Oathbringer is absolutely no exception. It's the third book in the Stormlight Archive series, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I took about a 2 week break halfway through Oathbringer. That's not because of Brandon's writing or anything like that. I had been reading the entire Cosmere um, religiously at that point, and I just felt like I needed a break. And Oathbringer at that point was I hesitate to even say it, but it was like a slight slow burn for me. You need to leave. But after that like 2 week break, I came back, and this book just enveloped me. I couldn't stop reading this book once I picked it back up, and I think I have no problem saying that this book has the best Sanderlanche. In the entire Cosmere. And the way that Brandon just handles his characters, that's one of his biggest strengths. And the way that he ties together all of the character arcs and the story arcs in the big climactic part of the book is just absolutely amazing. So amazing. I'm going to score my favorite scene in the book, which is that moment where Brandon just lines it up, where all these characters basically, without spoiling anything, he presents these decisions that these characters could potentially make, right? But it could go either way, and it's just amazing. And so let's write a piece of music about that. All right, now that we've got Logic open, I've actually already written this track. It's called Ascension, but this is kind of the score that I wrote for what I am hearing or seeing in my head whenever I am reading these books. So in the beginning here, kind of this highlighted section, I have some choir, and I really wanted that choir because I think it kind of speaks to what the main character is thinking about. If you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. Let's hear just a little bit of that here. It's kind of soft and mournful, rightfully so. However, it does build. Have more strings come in. You can kind of hear a little bit of a cello in there. You can hear it swelling, kind of coming to a rising point, and you can kind of hear that swelling and coming to a rising point, and it leads into this next section here, where I introduce one of the main themes of this song. There are two main themes. This first one is supposed to be a little bit more slightly darker of a theme. You'll kind of hear what I mean. You have this drone underneath. It's really dark and heavy, and you have these rhythmic staccato notes played on the viola that continue basically throughout the rest of the song, but with both of the themes kind of overplaying each of them, kind of like the decisions I talked about earlier that these characters could potentially make. The themes could go either way, and they kind of layer over the top of this staccato viola pattern. So you'll kind of hear that come in here. You can kind of hear that main theme kind of playing on it like a spooky piano. But it's still a powerful theme, I think. Now right here, the theme continues, but now long-bowed violins come in and start playing that theme along with the piano. And you can hear these drums in the bottom starting to slowly get louder and louder. Another driving force kind of affecting these decisions. When you hear that trumpet come in, I just feel like it adds. Let's play that part right here. And you hear that French horn come in, it adds dissonance along with the main theme that's being played currently, and really kind of brings this discordance during that point in the scene that I'm talking about. It's kind of biffy right there, right? I love that part so much. I mean, like, I know I wrote it, but it's just so cool. Now, right here, everything starts coming in. Right? The violins are doubling the main theme an octave higher. Trumpets are playing what the French horns are playing, also an octave higher. And if you listen, you can actually hear these short staccato syllables come in, being sung by a choir. I wanted to bring that element back in, basically kind of right, before the decision, essentially, that these characters are making, especially the main one. And you can hear it kind of reaching that point, the decision point. I'll highlight this part right here. Then silence. And you can hear it leads into something, right? Let's check out the main theme of the song. If you've read the books, you know what's happening right now in the books, right? This is just what I hear whenever I'm seeing those scenes in my mind. You know what's happening in those books. It's so epic. Again, best Sanderlanche in the Cosmere. And I love that main theme. It's just very strong, very powerful, very hopeful, I think. Now, from that main theme, we go into this B section, essentially. And during this B section in my head, that's, whenever Brandon changes viewpoints, like within a chapter, to different characters, this B section is kind of, in my mind, changing, going through all those different viewpoints of these other characters, our heroes, and the decisions that they are also making during that time period. Very strong, you have those strong drums coming in there. It's you're driving forward. It's just, I can just see the book happening in front of me almost. Now, right here actually quiet things down a little, and I love this part. I know I wrote it, but oh man, it was so much fun. Right here, actually, I quiet things down a little. I take a step back. All these scenes are still playing in your head, right? And it's just so epic and it's so awesome. And it's just, continuing, during the events that are happening. You can just see all the different moments, right? And then we come back include this main theme. It's just I wish you could see in my head. I can see like these scenes as they're happening in the book. I love writing music like this. But yeah, that's what I hear in my head. I know it's kind of weird, like liking my own stuff this much. I hope you liked it too. I hope you helped paint a mental picture for you. You can actually listen to the song. It's out everywhere, but it's just, even if it's not the best I can do because I'm still practicing, it's just so much fun to write and get these things that I hear in my head while I'm reading the book out into the real world. And I hope it kind of does a little bit of that for you too. If you have any other books or suggestions that you'd like me to read and score my favorite scene from that book, just leave a comment down below with any of your suggestions and I'll check them out. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you.